Hi, welcome back to the Knit for Brains podcast. I'm Laura Brady.
I'm Karen Miller.
This is episode 103. We're a knitting, crafting, sewing, crocheting, whatever kind of podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're located in Bradley, Illinois, which is 60 miles south of Chicago. You can find us as Knit for Brains on Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy. I'm having brain farts. Well, it's throwing me because I can't see myself on the screen.
Because of the...
All I can see is you.
Yeah.
Where can they find you, Karen?
You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Loopy Stitcher. And you can find my hat designs in Ravelry as Loopy Stitches Designs.
There you have it, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so, forewarning, because this is Karen's first day back, and we have not had chitter-chatter time before we start it, so there will be chitter-chatter amongst the knitting and other stuff.
It's been like forever.
I wasn't sure when she pulled up in my driveway it was really her. Is that you, Karen?
Oh.
So, yay, you guys.
Home away from home.
Yeah. So, yay, you guys don't have to listen to me by myself today.
Yeah, I'm going to have a talk with Brett because he sat on my recliner.
Oh, yeah. I sent a picture.
I'm like,
okay,
what is he doing on my recliner?
But here's the thing. He was fixing my TV. I couldn't watch Netflix. I couldn't get to YouTube. He's had to fix it like twice now? 3 times? Yeah, it's been an issue.
It is an issue tonight.
No, I was actually just watching Netflix, which we've got to discuss that later too. Okay. And Karen will tell you, I've been nuts.
He's been sending me stuff.
We'll fill you in on that.
And I've actually started, I'm like, Chuck, you're nerd. Started reading them off to Chuck, okay, and he's like, what is she watching?
Let's just go there right now. Okay, so you guys knew I watched Vampire Diaries.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did the originals, which, okay, guys. I really liked Vampire Diaries, but I think the originals might have almost been better.
Oh, really?
Yes, which is very surprising because normally when you do spin-offs and whatever,
usually the second one's worse.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. The ending, oh my gosh. I was on the edge of my seat. I had so many feelings, which I believe I had told them before. Like, I was happy, I was sad, I was like, oh, it was really
she
good.
messaged me. I'm not for sure I like where this is going.
The last half hour, I'm messaging her going, oh, I got 30 minutes left. I don't know if I'm going to like this. And so I finished that. And then the third one is Legacies, which is essentially about their children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's 2 seasons of it. I'm now on the 2nd season and I only have 10 episodes left. I understand why there's only 2 seasons. Okay, the other 2, yes, it had vampires, it had witches, and werewolves. This one is some crazy crap, guys. The monsters are... Okay, it's far-fetched. And every night when I watch it, I message her. And I'm like, okay, now there's a Krampus? And it's dressed like Santa and breathes out beetles and, crazy stuff. And she's probably like, what in the world? She gets a list every night of what monster.
The funnier part is how we could actually, now we could see them doing the zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were okay with the zombies, but we weren't okay with some of the other stuff that they were doing. I'm like, you got to draw your line somewhere.
Yeah.
And then the one episode, she's like, spiders. I hate spiders.
Yeah, these big giant spiders. I told her, I'm really going to have nightmares. But I'm down to...
You got to stop watching that, really early then?
Yes. I had to with the other ones, too. Basically because there's always so much going on. And I have trouble to begin with going to sleep, calming down my mind. So I don't need a very active movie or show before I'm going
That
to
you
bed.
could like still watch the next one.
Yeah, so I do have kind of a cutoff time. I did this week miss the cutoff. It was like I was watching it and I didn't realize what time it was, and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. So weird nightmares that night. Yeah. But yeah, I do understand why there was only 2 seasons of this one. I'm sticking it out though because I do want to find out what happens to like 3 of the characters, and I'm kind of disregarding some of the crazy stuff. I kind of roll my eyes because the creatures are just okay. It's far-fetched, and I don't know how. And this sounds stupid even coming out of my mouth, but unrealistic looking. I mean, how do you make weird things like that realistic? Yeah. Not done well, though. I don't. I don't feel. I'm sure some of you have, because I know there's people out there that had watched it. But yeah, 10 more episodes. Then I don't know where I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
we'll see. So yeah, there's that. So yeah,
so she entertained me.
Yeah,
honestly,
every night. And some of the times I was like, how do I even describe this to her? I tried the one night.
The first couple of times you couldn't. You're like, I'm not for sure what this is.
Well, I tried the one night to I was trying to take a picture of it up on the screen, but he kept moving too much, and I'm like, and I thought I had it, and then I'm like, oh man, and then I tried pausing it right at the right spot, and I missed it, and I'm like, okay, no. Yeah, it was craziness. So, yeah, she had to listen. Funny. And even when she wasn't responding, like if I sent her one creature and then I would get further into the episode or whatever, I'd send her another one doing a big description. So she probably would pick up her phone and have like 5 messages about these monsters from me, which is probably a little ridiculous, but you know. Okay. Shop. Yes. I'm going to show you some bags.
You've been busy.
So I did an update last week, midweek or something, and I do have some left over from that, so I'm going to go ahead and show those, because you guys haven't seen them unless you are on our Instagram or follow the shop. So I'll run through those really quick. I say really quick, but we'll start with sock bags. So we got Santa, and this is the inside fabric, so I don't have to flip it. Okay, I am not a green person, but I love this one.
Yeah, that is pretty. It looks like Victorian wrapping paper.
Yes, it does. And the gold with the metallic. And then I kind of matched it up with the polka dots.
Yeah.
So I got 2 of those.
I love this fabric.
Yeah, I had larger bags too, but I sold those. So the plaid Christmas. I've got 2 of those. I thought this one was really different too. Kind of cute. It's snowman cupcakes.
Pretty fat snowman cupcakes.
And then there's some tree ones and stuff. And then this is the inside one. I've got 4 of those. So those were the sock bags from last time. Then a medium Santa. Would that be in the inside? We're going to run out of room. A large cupcake inside. It's kind of convenient when I do that.
It's like you almost planned it. I know you missed me.
I randomly sew bags. I never know ahead of time when I buy the fabric. Well, most times I don't know when I buy the fabric that I'm going to make this size or this style, or it's kind of what hits me. Tea time. Large.
I love the little elephant ones.
I know. Well, and there's
an owl,
and yeah, it's really bright and cherry. And then I also took that fabric and I made it into one of the ones with the drawstring, the handles, and the 6 pockets inside. Cool. And then I only have 1 of those. And this is another one of my favorite, which I sold a bunch already. And this is the last one, guys. And it doesn't photograph well, unfortunately. Because I had sent pictures to Alisha. She's like, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's...
And then when she was over, she's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous. You guys will be able to see it better.
Yeah, it shimmers.
It is so shimmery. It's got the little snowmen. This would be a great winter bag. Mm-hmm. This is the inside, which also has the shimmer. And this is the sweater size. So yeah, I might have kept a sock bag. It happens. Okay, so new ones I just put in there tonight, so I cannot swear that all of these will be in there tomorrow when this goes up, but go take a look. Again, we'll start with sock bags. We've got cookies, and on the inside of this is a red, almost like it's got like texture to it.
Yeah,
not really checkered, but
it kind of looks almost plattish.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I got 2 of those. And I was laughing earlier because I had my FOs on my living room table, which was in 4 sock bags. And then I had 3 sock bags next to me. I had 7 sock bags out there. This is the most used size by me. I put everything in them. Blueberry muffin. And that top blue is what the inside is. That looks good enough to eat. I've got 2 of the Nightmare Before Christmas. Again.
That's different fabric, too, compared to some of the others.
This is the inside fabric. This one, I kept one for myself. Candies. Do you remember getting those?
Yes, I can remember them being a problem as a child, too.
Oh, gosh.
But, yes, the little, like, strips of with the dots and stuff, yeah.
Yep. What were they called? Candy buttons. I had to look up the name.
Oh, okay.
I Googled candy...
I was thinking candy dots. So
candy. Yeah. Well, they were called the buttons, and then I think it depended on, like, where it was at or whatever, but they were
like
called
who made
dots
them? Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I Googled it. So I've got 3 of those. And then this one was funny because my husband, when I told him the name of it, went, "What?" And he has never seen one. Whoopie pies.
Right. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Hello.
So I had to show him on Google. Because he's never seen one before. He says they look really good.
They're like, oh, yeah.
So the inside is the plain pink, and I have 2 of those. Am I making you hungry yet, Karen?
Yeah, she was like really hungry when she went to go get this pack.
And then I have some medium ones. So I got 1 whoopie pie medium. 2 of the blueberry muffin medium.
Those almost look really like realistic.
They do, don't they?
Like they pop.
Yeah. Well, let's say it's like good enough to eat for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and I like the ones with the fancy papers on them.
Yeah.
So I got 2 of those. And then I have 2 of the cookies.
It's one way to like have your food around and not have to worry about smelling it.
Okay, so
and being hungry for it.
I stopped there, but I also have some more really cool food ones coming up. And I believe my next update for the next podcast will have some of the... I don't know if I should tell you guys. Oh, I'll tell you. Canvas bags with the pockets on the outside, and there might be some Harry Potter ones.
Oh.
So keep your eye out for those. Also, still available in the shop as an add-on to any bag are ornaments. So Knit for Brains 2020, which you need one of those.
Yes.
And then you know what, 2020. So those are offered as add-ons to the bag, which you'll see that option. So if you're interested in that. So Knit for Brains designs on Etsy. That was a whole lot of bags.
Yeah. You were busy.
Yes, very, very busy. I also did a custom order collaboration as well during that time period.
Wow.
2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them during that time period. I did, on top of all that, I had 64 needle keepers I sent out. Yeah, I said 64. And 9 sock bags. Wait, add 7 more sock bags to that. So it was 9 and 7. Yeah.
16.
So
There was here today, my husband, we were doing something. He's like, 2 and 3. He's like, what's that? I'm like, 5.
Do you need my fingers, honey?
So, I guess it is.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
Alrighty, so on to FOs. Karen, you're up.
I have some.
You better have some.
I better have some. So, let me see. I think we're going to end with that one. You guys are so probably tired of seeing this one.
Well, if it's an FO now, they won't have to see it ever again.
Nope, the ends are not in. And it hasn't been blocked. Because I couldn't block like 3 things at once. Plus, it would have been really heavy to... I finished my sweater! Woohoo! Like, last time I think you guys saw, that's literally all I had left. So, I finally finished the throw over by Andrea Mowry. The yarn is Cascade 220. Like I said, you guys have seen it multiple times. Of course, you know, they're more numbers than anything, but really like a rusty orange, a royal blue, olive green, and the white is actually cream, a cream colored white. So finished it. So that's 2 sweaters in like...
Watch you go.
Yeah. I'm impressed that I haven't cast on another one yet.
I was going to say, that means you need to cast on another one.
I know. So...
I have a couple I need to cast on.
So I finally finished that, so you guys don't have to see it anymore, unless I'm wearing it.
Ta-da!
But this weather has been so freaking crazy, like, there's no way I'm wearing it. Like, it might maybe February when it's, like, below 0, I don't know.
Don't complain. I mean, honestly,
I'm not complaining, but it's...
Honestly, if you remember...
really warm.
If you recall, last year, we really, for us here in Illinois, only had a little, like, 3-day time span.
Yeah.
Where we did the below 0 and bad wind chill, you know.
But we haven't even had snow yet.
Shh. Somebody told me, one of my customers came in today, was like, it's snowing out there. I'm like, are you seeing things?
Where was she coming in from? Did she shake her hair too much?
Always, because I haven't seen any snow. Well, we really didn't last year.
No, because we did not have a white Christmas last year.
Which
it was like the day after or something like that.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. Well, and I get such a kick out of everybody. Oh, it's so cold out there. And I'm like, have you never been through a Midwest winter? Because I can stand out there right now in a sweatshirt. And I
have gotten my winter coat out once so far.
My husband says I don't. He says I don't wear a winter coat.
Because you wear the North Face.
I wear the North Face, and he's like, that's just a jacket, but North Face is warm. And I would rather be...
But it's not like you're else. It's like, what do you...
I would rather be cold.
You get in your car that's parked in the garage. Well, you go from there to
I don't
work.
want any heat in the car either.
Well, that I have to do.
It's very rare that it goes on. My air conditioning, I think, is still on.
That... I would say that would surprise me, but with her, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
You have 4, did you say?
Yes, I have 4. So
let's
why
go
don't
back
you
and
go?
forth. Okay. So these, you guys, well, no, they're not for me because they're huge.
Yeah, those are huge.
She's got fat feet. Sorry, Wendy. These were a new cast on, I believe. Were they? I don't know. I might be lying. I have no clue. Nomadic yarns. I can't even remember what I ate. I was going to say earlier, but yesterday. I can't remember what I started knitting when. Nomadic yarns. Santa's Little Helpers. Oh. No, I did have these started. I believe. These are from my boss, Wendy. And they do not fit on my blockers. Because she's got fat little feet.
I guess so.
Yeah. So.
How many stitches are on there? 64?
No. Yes. Yes. I had to think for a second. These are the, so basically, I knit for her the way I would knit a pair of socks for Alisha.
Okay.
And they even have the, same foot length and everything. So all I had to do was pull out Alicia's recipe that I had.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I kept looking at them. I think I was about this far. And I'm like, that looks really big. Of course, my feet are very narrow. So I brought it into work. Because I'm like, I'm not 100% sure. Because she's like, yeah, just like Alicia's. I'm like, I don't know. Brought them in and slipped them on over her toes. And
they were fitting.
Yeah. So, because, yeah, it just looks so big, guys. But yeah.
Well, especially since you use a size like what, 2?
Yes. Yep.
I have 64 on mine, but I use a size 1.
Yeah.
Those almost look like slippers.
Well,
partially because they don't fit on a blocker.
That's the main thing. But I figure it was better to put them on there slouchy than.
Yeah.
So yeah,
who they're made for. Those are cute. I like that colorway.
Oh, okay. Well, here you go then. Do you want the tag too? Then this is why part of the reason why I miss her. Did
Yes, I watched and I was impressed.
What? Yeah.
But you notice it's already. She went through it and gave a lot away, but it's already at the top.
Brittany, you'll have more coming. Okay, you're up again.
Okay.
And look, that emptied out my bed. Oh, I have a tape measure in there. See, that was one sock bag. That was one from last year.
Okay, you guys have seen this one a couple of times. This is the Changing Staircases shawl, which is free. Sorry, black and white on Ravelry. And the only modifications I did was I added 2 extra sections.
Hey, if you have the yarn,
as much as I could, literally. This is all the yarn I have left.
Perfect.
And
then you don't have to be like me.
You guys have seen the yarn before. It's by Yarn Cafe Creations. Let's see. Oh, that's the back. So this is pretty much like lightly blocked. Mainly I tried to get the points, which you can see I ran out of room.
Actually, it's pretty good for being lightly blocked. You can see the...
And I was here the last time you guys saw the shawl. So
yeah,
I did quite a bit.
A beautiful pattern to showcase a one skein.
One skein, yeah.
And the one skein goes really far. It makes a good sized shawl.
And I added a couple extra rows on the end, besides the 2 sections. But I knew I wouldn't. I probably could have had enough to do another straight garter, but I was like, no,
I'm done with this.
Yeah, I was done with it. I mean, because it's very easily, you memorize it pretty well.
Yeah, and you could even do that In a couple different colors, too.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to
I've seen
mix it up.
people
Mhm.
do it. So yeah, that's my next finished object.
Alrighty. And in another sock bag, which I have no idea what this is. Okay, nope, I do know what this is. Okay. Whips on Sticks, who no longer dies, so I won't even show you the tag. Colorway is Horror. Horror. Knew that wasn't going to come out right.
Yeah, it's horror.
Still doesn't sound right.
Not horror.
It's not a horror, guys.
As in frightfully horrifying.
Horrifying. See,
there you go. That we can say that.
I just don't
That's funny.
Oh, you guys saw this last time. I did the patterns in another bag. It's the Point Edwards mitts, which is a free pattern. I've shown
50, 50 of it. Ooh, that turned out really sharp. Ooh, I like that.
So these were going to be for a coworker, but Alisha really liked them, so they're going to get wrapped for Alisha.
There you go.
I had a different pair picked out for her that were like bright,
Colorful.
vibrant, and then when she was on the podcast last time, she's like, "Ooh, I really like that yarn."
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll change these, which I need to go through like my list of who I need them for and see if I'm done yet, because I might be there. Laura, we're podcasting.
For a change, the two of us together.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I got my nails done. Let me see. She didn't want to do total Christmas, so she just did kind of festive. Because the next time I go will be, bam, Christmas.
I need to talk to you about her.
Oh, okay.
Because my hands are horribly dry and I need to see if she does a certain service.
I might or might not know. Well, if I don't know, I can text her.
I used to get, basically, you know how, you guys, ladies, know how people go to get their eyebrows waxed?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it for hands. It's a hand waxing, and it moisturizes your hands. And literally, you dip your hands in a warm wax. But not every salon does it.
Yeah, I don't know. But if she doesn't, she will probably know who does.
Somebody that does,
So.
yeah. That's what I need.
Yep.
I told Chuck I was molting.
Well, have you used your-
I mean, like lotion upon lotion. Today I used my Tufts. Even with the Tufts linen, I used that.
Honey. No. Okay, I'm going to tell you what to do.
Butter.
No. Aquaphor.
What?
Aquaphor. Have you never heard of that before? Okay. Because I've always used it when I get tattoos. And they actually will use it for cancer patients when they get really dry.
Okay.
And it is kind of greasy, but I've heard people will actually put it on their hands and then put like mitts or socks over it when they go to bed.
Okay. Yeah.
I can show you.
I kind of have probably heard of that because I've used Neosporin before. Like just like if my knuckles, sometimes it gets so bad that my knuckles bleed, and it's a lot of it is my medication that I take, and it's really worse in the winter because it's so freaking dry.
I might even have a extra tube of it I can send you with.
Okay,
because I know I have like a big tub of it, and then my husband, because I get really really dry legs. In the winter, like to the point that when I wake up in the morning, I'll be bleeding because I've clawed myself during the night. But I always hate putting it on because it gets under my nails and it's greasy. So he took my tub of it and he had melted some down and he took one of his cleaned out an old deodorant stick and he poured the liquid in there.
And almost did like a tough woolen.
So yeah, I have it. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome.
What I use my tough woolens for. I have one sitting on my night bed, and literally I just like slather my legs.
I know, I've been using my lip stuff because, this is just so dry. Where my lips get going. So
it hasn't rained. It hasn't much of anything. That might be gone before.
Oh, do you want this? Okay. See, you just gotta speak up.
I really liked.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
You're shopping at Laura's.
I can sneak that in the house, and Chuck doesn't even know that I come home with more than what I left there. He had no clue. Although the other day he was like, Buddy finally put together my second shelving unit, and he's like, so we finally gonna get rid of all the yarn that's all through the house? I'm like,
what yarn?
It's not really that bad.
What yarn?
It is. It's on my desk. It's on the table where the puzzle is.
See, I at least somewhat keep mine contained. It's mostly in here. I do have, like, the cheap yarn for, like, crochet projects. I just keep it on hand for, like, stuffies and stuff in the big under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So that is under the bed in the bedroom. But other than that, everything is in here.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay. These had not... No. These are new. Completely new. Oh, wait a minute. I will do one that you guys have seen multiple times.
Oh, because they can't
first. It's still a little damp.
I feel like they haven't, like, seen this, like, as much as they could have.
Here's the yarn.
Let me see it again.
By Deep Dyed Yarns. This is definitely...
You got enough left to do something nice.
Yeah, I was like really quite shocked. I'm like, I really don't think I needed this other one. But that's fine, you know. It's sport weight though, so I'll have to be adventurous with that.
There's a lot of sport weight mitts.
Because this was like 320 yards. So... And I really didn't hit into this very much, so I definitely could get a pair of mitts out of this. So I love how it turned out, pretty much. I screwed up the striping, but oh well, it's done. So let's see. This is, yeah.
We got it right?
Yep. Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
And it's very you.
Yeah, Silver Leaf by Lisa Hannahs, Hanes. It is a paid for pattern. Originally, I saw it on 3Ply podcast. Then I saw it at YarnCon in these colors by this dyer and took a picture of it because I loved it so much and went home and realized I already had it as a favorite in Reverie. And then we had gone to Greencastle.
Yes.
And that's what I'm like, they were there again. And I'm like, obviously, I really need this shawl because I had seen that I actually, but yeah, I will definitely get
she bought with a purchase, which is unlike us.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's nice and squishy. Squishy. Not squishy, squishy.
All right. Another sock bag. This one... I don't remember who it's by. Oh, yeah, I do. Honeybee Knits. I won't even show you the tag because she doesn't die anymore.
These people.
It was January Yarn of the Month Club. 2 proposals.
Ooh, that's neat. Like a minty.
Yeah.
Almost a minty aqua.
Yeah.
That's between the two.
So I held that together because it was fingering for another pair of mitts.
You're getting through stash, though.
Yes, that is a nice thing.
There are huge. There are huge spaces. Like, she used to have to, like, shove.
Yes.
She had a few cubbies, depending on who they were slotted for.
Yes.
I know you went through and reorganized these since the last time
I didn't really reorganize. What I did was I took all the yarn out of one cubby, sorted through it, and if there was something I really didn't love, I threw in the prize bin, and then I put it all back in there, but I didn't have to push stuff down. I think I still have 2 or 3 more cubbies to go through.
Wow.
But I have actually been knitting a lot of skeins of yarn this year, for sure. And for the most part, I feel like I'm definitely knitting more than what I'm purchasing, which before was not happening.
Well, the huge thing is no festivals this year.
Well, I've been once you get a certain size stash, you get a little bit more particular.
Yeah.
Oh, I really love this. This is really pretty. Oh, I have this one that has the same colors, kind of thing. So that's definitely helped out. And I think that's one of the reasons as well why I go through the cubbies so often, to kind of refresh myself of what I have.
Yeah.
If it makes sense, because you forget sometimes. So yeah, another pair. Did you want that too?
No, I'm good.
Okay, you're good with that one?
I'm good.
Just, that's funny. Making roll. Okay.
I just thought I'd help the cause of the tower vase of yarn.
Well, you missed a few while you were gone. You missed this one.
Yeah, that one's beautiful.
You missed this one. So you might want to shop for the vase when you're done.
Are you keeping those?
Yes, I'm going to keep them.
Yeah. When she sent me I think you ended up sending me the picture. Well, we had seen, or you were knitting on Sunday night.
Yes.
With them. I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. Those colors are you. And then Alisha said the same dang thing, and I was like,
well, and that was the skein that she had bought me for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay,
yeah. Well, and Whip's yarn has beautiful yarn. They really do. Yeah. Your turn again.
Okay, let's see. All right, my last one. So this yarn has been sitting, actually caked forever. I had gotten this at one of our local yarn shops.
I have more yarn for you.
Forever ago. So I don't know if they even do we're talking a couple years. So this is by 3 Irish Girls. It's worsted weight. And I did a pair of fingerless mitts for me, because my poor gloves had bit the dust. So you can see a little bit of the pattern.
Oh yeah.
Aren't those my color?
Good. Yeah, definitely.
So this was actually free at one point.
Oh, was it from our
from our
Facebook group that I showed you guys that one day?
But I still don't think it's very expensive either. It's called Gifty Mitts. Be impressed. It's done in color. By Jennifer Myrick, Myrick, on Ravelry. Love the pattern. The only thing I did was I added a little bit of length because it said so many rows, and I think I added 3 or 4 more rows on the edge of that. So that was it. Very easy to memorize. She did a really nice job in the way she continued the pattern onto the thumb as you increased it. I was like, what the heck is she doing here? I followed the pattern, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of smart.
She didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah. So, yeah. That will definitely these will be put right into my winter coat, so I can, since I lost one of my mittens last winter sometime. They needed to be replaced. They were my very first set of mittens.
I had a pair of North Face gloves. Mm-hmm. Somehow, and I was so good. When I first got them, I was so nervous about losing them because a lot of money for a glove. I was like, you paid what?
Yeah.
And I was so paranoid about losing one, and had them for years, and then I lost one.
Yeah.
So then I bought a pair of cheap ones that just, they're not. So those are going to go. Before I forget, Karen, that yarn sitting on the desk, I need you to take out of my home.
Oh, that's the yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll take it.
It's pretty, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it's caked already for you. Okay.
Did you even realize it was? Does it even say on the package?
It says on the tag, now that I looked at it. So I was caking up yarn for mitts. And this is one of the yarns I had chosen. And I was caking it. And next thing I know, I finished caking and I went on to something else, and I was caking that. And then I was like, And then I was like, okay, my throat is closing up.
It's super wash, but it's also got alpaca in it.
I'm allergic to alpaca.
She's allergic to it.
And it's really pretty yarn. I figured
So this is my
Karen will like it. These are her
acquisitions.
And you can kind of see.
You can see the halo, yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the. Mm-hmm.
So I took some Benadryl and I put it in a bag and went, Karen can have this. Alrighty. Okay, the next one are finally not mitts.
Woo!
Ooh. And it is a new cast on.
My cat threw up on one of my needles. I was so pissed. I picked up the needle. I'm like, what is this crusty? I'm like, oh, cat.
I have got all sorts of needles in here. I can hear them rattling. So I'll show you the yarn first. It's by Arkansas Yarn Co.
That's pretty.
I could not get hold of that. And it's called Blue Suede Shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And it is her plush DK.
Oh, that's DK. Wow.
Yep. That is DK.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I had knit Phil a hat for Christmas, and then I blacked the ever-living snot out of it. Which I am going to wet and throw in the dryer and see what happens.
Snot out of
I
it.
did that
That's
thing.
the name of the podcast.
Okay, you better write that down. Here's the notebook. My husband has an enormous head. Is the pen not there? It should be in there. My husband, who has an enormous head, this hat was too big for him after I blocked it. I looked at the hat and I thought it looked small. Well, doesn't anymore. So, in case that one does not shrink, I decided to knit Phil another one. So, I went back to the tried and true that I had been knitting for the kids, since this comes in baby all the way to adult large. The Rocky Ridge hat by Knox Mountain Knit Co.
Mm-hmm.
It is a free pattern. I did the adult medium because I think he has a normal size head. And this has a lot of stretch to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want me to take that? Oh, I think my... Ta-da!
Yeah. Much better.
Yeah, that other one was huge.
That's huge.
Like I said, I'm gonna wet that one and then throw it in the dryer and see what happens. So, yeah. So I like it. That'll have to get wrapped. This bag will have to get emptied because there's all sorts of needles in here. I don't know what I was doing. Collecting them, I guess.
Apparently.
Okay. So that's all my FOs.
Yep, all done with my FOs too.
So let's backtrack a minute before we do coupon codes and let you guys know that we have some knit-alongs. I lost the word. I act like I haven't done this in a month.
It's like you've been doing it for every 2 weeks. I haven't.
Okay, so we have the dishcloth along going until December 31st. Also going till December 31st is our Gift the Knits Cal. Okay, yes, anything you knit as a gift.
Not for yourself.
There you have it. We don't care how small, how big, or how many of them you make.
Yep.
Post them, post them, post them. And that'll bring us into coupon codes, which I cannot see that far. 45. Cherry Pie Cottage on Etsy. Use code discount100 if you spend $100 and you get 10% off. Tiddly Bakes. Use code KFB10 and receive 10% off. Lollipop Girl Yarns on Etsy. Use code KFB15 for 15% off on her hand-dyed yarns and patterns. I thought I had another one. There it is. Skyly Knits Fiber Arts on Etsy. If you use code KFB19, you receive 15% off. Her Ravelry shop, which is Amanda Rake Cole with her designs. If you use code KFB19, you get 20% off. Okay, our new one. Which is for Loopy Stitches Design. If you use the code GIFTTHEKNITS and you purchase the Slipping Up the Ladder hat, you receive $1 off. Karen, do you have the hat to show us? And there it is, folks.
Finally, I got it up there. Finally had pictures and was able to put it up there. It's worsted weight. Very easy, very memorizable, so.
Your pom-pom is shedding, Karen.
I'm having all sorts of problems.
Yeah, Karen. Gosh, Karen.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We are on to whips.
Let's see. And this is actually the front picture when you guys go on Ravelry too. So. It's not like there's a lot of patterns. There's only 2 patterns out there.
Well, you know.
Okay.
Oh! Patterns. Guys, shoot.
It's like she's never done this before.
Okay, I'm just going to write myself a note. And we'll, you know what? Let's just go ahead and talk about it now.
Yep.
Can you, because you're closer than me, do you see that bag?
Mm-hmm.
Can you grab that? I completely forgot about something.
Oh, it's time because, yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, advent calendars have been received and have been opened, or partially opened. So, all those people have received their pattern with their advent. So, I can actually release my newest pattern on Etsy. Do I remember what the Flame Kissed? It's been a while, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I had knit it out of Arkansas Yarn Co. And this is what it looks like.
It's pretty.
It's kind of cool because depending on what mood you're in,
Yeah.
you could just switch it. So I will make sure to get this in my shop before this podcast goes up. I wrote myself a note. Well, Brett has it already. Like it's
already written up and everything because obviously they got it. Yeah.
And it's in the PDF and all that, so he can do his magic as far as the listing. I think there's something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't do my own listings.
Yeah.
So, but that will be available in the Etsy store as well tomorrow. So, okay. Thank you, Karen. I completely forgot.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I had a lot going on as far as providing stuff for advent calendars, whether it was needle keepers, sock bags, pattern.
Continue on that. So I love that yarn so much from the mitts that I'm like, I wasn't going to leave any left over.
There you go.
So it's not as long as it's supposed to be, but she has a hat too. The Gifty Cowl. So that's how that's turning out. Really easy. So I think I'm probably going to couple more rows and switch to the ribbing. And by enough, I'll be done. It'll probably be done tonight.
Well, there you go.
It was funny because I messaged her. I'm like, what time tonight? And she's like, it's podcast night. I'm like, oh, yeah, completely forgot.
Are we knitting tonight? I'm like,
knitting tonight?
Have you lost, it's podcast night. Have you lost track of
You
things?
know, my YouTube is off a little bit because it shows up that as if your podcast from 2 weeks ago. And I watched it pretty darn quick after you was a week ago. So that's what throws me off. It's like, why is this showing a week ago then?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Since the last time you were over, I don't think I've watched any podcasts.
I did. I made Chuck
bad.
had to suffer through a few too. He was like, I haven't said a whole lot about what you're watching.
See, we go to our separate TVs, so. And Brett, he knows, like, the podcast that we watch, because he'll come through humming the music or making a comment. Oh, it's the Canadians, or it's the sisters, or
Yep.
Texas time, something. How many
Let's see.
whips do you have? 'Cause I only
don't have
I only have 3.
a whole lot of whips. And I actually don't know if I did anything on this since the last time. Let me check. Yeah, I did.
Bear with us for a moment.
Yeah, technical difficulties. I don't know. Maybe I didn't mark it. Okay, we're showing it anyway.
I'll just show it then.
Yeah, this is the Rose City Rollers. I think it's free now.
Yes, I believe so.
And this is as far as I've gotten. I've turned the heel and I'm at the point of... You guys have already seen this yarn. This is Night Owl Fibers, one of our Harry Potter clubs last year. So you've seen the yarn several times. I don't think I have the... Do I? No. I do
Don't
not.
ask us.
So, I know it was from last year. Not this year, last year, so. It's an old colorway. And I'm doing those for Megana, because these socks fit her, so.
You got more?
Mm-hmm.
She's a hot mess over here.
Yeah, I am. I got a whole bunch of crap. So, yeah, this is the last one.
Okay.
I don't...
Oh, so we were pretty even Steven. 3 and 3. What is with us? And we had 4 and 4, didn't we? Yeah.
This is like a weird episode.
Yeah.
So I am doing... Ooh, look at that. Look at that sparkle. You can't really tell. It sparkles. The gray does anyways. Cozy Up Knits. With a shot of brioche. Double grande with a shot of brioche.
Yes, there you go.
And the yarn I'm using, gosh dog it.
You don't have that either?
No, I'm like, this is Why Not.
Well, didn't you show it before?
No.
Oh.
I had not cast on.
Well, I've seen it.
That's because I sent you pictures.
Oh. Okay. Tell you guys, I have no memory whatsoever.
I sent you pictures and I encouraged you to cast on a new one.
Yes.
Because you're like, ooh, I like those colors.
Yeah, remember I picked the yarn when I was supposed to be sewing? I was in here playing.
Like, which two are these? And I'm in the plum one. Well, I'm like, I told her, I'm like, I'm not for sure why you're sending this to me because you know which one I'm going to pick.
Well, you know.
And this was the yarn that she gave me that you got from Vegas. Which doesn't have a colorway. And
no, it's not named.
Yeah. So they were very nice. I was a mad dash to try to get stuff. I'm like, this has been in different bags.
A mad dash. But keep in mind,
I'm sorry.
Keep in mind.
I was late.
Keep in mind, she messaged me 3 hours before she was supposed to be here.
Yeah,
saying
took an hour and a half
She
nap.
had 3 hours. Girl, I
wasn't home when I messaged
I made dinner. I cleaned up the bathroom. I swept the living room floor. We took pictures and listed bags in the shop. Yeah. But Brett knew. Brett, we always take back. We're like, hey, what time do you think Karen's going to show up? I was giving her the benefit of the doubt.
This was one of the worst ones. I did not even...
I said, she will be here by 6:10 because she's going to be eager to get over.
And it was about 6:10 that I messaged you.
And then I come in the house. I'm like, 5:50. Yeah, she ain't making it. And then, of course, he watches when I open the garage. Mm-hmm. He sees it on the security camera. Yeah. It was like, I was right. He literally had to walk into the garage to tell us. Wow.
Next time I'm going to show up 15 minutes early.
It'll never happen, guys.
I showed up on time that one time we went to go thrifting. That was hilarious.
Okay, because
I don't think Brett thought that I could show up on time.
I messaged her the time. I said, for thrifting, I said 10 a.m. sharp.
I was here. Yep. I think you guys were both shocked.
Look at this.
Look at this. She's on time.
We're kind of used to it because Alicia's the same way, although now it's like an hour. Alicia has gotten even worse. So,
when you work from home and literally it's like...
You have no concept of time? Is that what you're telling me? You don't know how far it is from your house to my house?
He complains about it all the time. I'm like, I don't have to leave a half hour early. Maybe I should leave 15 minutes early. But not at the time I'm supposed to be there. There would be a point to that.
Well, here's
when you work at home, literally, it's like I can, be in my pajamas and sign on to my computer.
If you're supposed to be here at 6, and you message me at 6:09.
It's
on my way. It gets better. And then I get alerted that you liked one of the bags in the shop, so I know you still have not left the house.
No, I had looked at that earlier. So
it didn't come through until right after you had been, and I'm like,
that is weird.
On my way. Karen. Like you were already supposed to be here 10 minutes ago. I don't think you can turn back time.
It must have been when it was in my pocket.
Oh, that's hysterical. Okay. So, in my little snowman's bag. I'm telling you, I'm busting out all... Oh, hey, here's that pattern. In case you guys missed out in the last 25 episodes.
Right.
It is the Point Edwards mitts. See, I knew it. Yeah, they look just like mine, don't they? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this time I am using... What am I using? I don't know. Oh, Amber's Yarn Shop, Neville Longbottom. And it was actually a set. That's where this was with it. But I didn't need it, so. So obviously I'm holding this double as well. And I think... Oh, yeah. Okay. So... I finished this one last night.
So she has a hole.
Except for the thumb. Mm. Because I like to do the thumbs, both of the thumbs at the last. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I started this one. And I'm using my Grumpy Bear.
It's cute.
Because I organized my stitch markers and progress keepers. That was another thing I was doing the other day when I was supposed to be sewing. Squirrel. Yeah, I was... Well, and Jenny from Cherry Pie Cottage made the mistake of... Hi, Jenny. Made the mistake of texting me. It was my day off. Okay. I'm very odd because caffeine tends to calm me. I hadn't had a Dr. Pepper. And it was like, I don't know, afternoon. And I could not focus for nothing. And she starts, she asked me a question about something or made a comment about something. And then I'm going on about, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I should organize those. And then I'm like, oh, but, I need to do that. Oh, fuck. Oh, look at that. And, I'm texting all this stuff. And I'm like, sorry. She's probably ready to go, what is wrong with you? Like, I had no focus whatsoever. I was like, and even if I managed to sew for like a couple minutes, my mind was just like, blah, blah, blah. So I finally gave up, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to organize those stitch markers and progress keepers because I had a brilliant idea, which didn't work.
It's like she hasn't had caffeine.
Yeah, it was nuts. Like, that day was insane. It was a little crazy. So yeah, poor Jenny texted me at the wrong time because then she got me full force. Yeah. So yeah, I have one more skein of yarn already caked up for mitts. And then I'm going to count to see where I'm at. To see if I have enough of them yet. Because I don't remember how many. I don't remember how many I needed. And I initially set out, I believe, the right amount of skeins that I needed. But I'm thinking I added an extra person. Well, yeah, and then there was me.
And then you took one.
But then I think I switched the yarn because I changed my mind. That was during one of my moments. And then I'm thinking I added one, but I don't know.
Well, then you lost the pink because that was like a no-go.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, so I might have to cake more yarn, which means I have to pick a couple more. I'll see. I need to assign the ones that I have to people and then see who I have left and take it from there.
Well, part of the reason why I was late was because I was looking for the cross stitch that I had finished and I still couldn't find it.
Are we still on the excuses of being late?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to keep going with it.
I'm the person that's always like 15, 20 minutes early.
I'm going to put like a reminder on my phone now.
I showed up to my chiropractor last week.
Show your butt up at Laura's early.
I showed up to my chiropractor last week, a half hour early. My appointment's always at 2 o'clock, and they know not to change my appointment. And I always beat the doctor there. Mm-hmm. He's always like, how long have you been sitting here? Like, 15, 20 minutes. I get in and I sit down and I wondered why there was this other car parked in front of there because I'm thinking, I got the 2 o'clock. Then all of a sudden my doctor's like, you're scheduled for 2:30, and I'm like, what? I go, I do remember that you had somebody, and I'm like, I don't look at I put it in my phone as 2:30, but I don't check it because I go every Monday at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
You can't change my routine.
Yeah.
So he basically got that guy going on the machines, because he needed stem cell and all that stuff, and got me going, and it was fine. Because I didn't even have knitting with, because I don't take knitting there. I never wait.
Yeah.
What's in here? Oh, okay. So this is another pair of socks for Wendy, and this is out of the Cozy Knitter, her 2020 Advent, the 24 skein. What is today? Today's the 6th. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't look at my sock because I'm not.
She's beyond.
I'm not doing a stripe a damn. I'm just going. Ta-ta! So these are going to be for Wendy as well. And see, I got my Christmas progress keepers out as I organized. I had to get rid of a few progress keepers, and then I have a few that I want to take off the lobster claws and put on the, because I can't do those lobster claws with my nails. So yeah, did I cast these on yesterday? Yeah. Yesterday. So
that's pretty darn tootin' good considering how many stitches are on there.
Yeah. I was watching The Weird Show. And I watched it for hours. So yeah, The Weird Show. Was it yesterday?
That's funny.
Yeah, it was, because I was tired, and that's why I didn't pick up anything else, because I knew this, I don't have to focus on it all.
Yeah.
Not that I none of my projects do I really have to focus on, but that's just knit.
Yeah.
So, okay. Last one.
Remember, put that band in there.
Oh.
Not be like me.
That's okay. I left my pattern out for my mitts. I mean, I pretty much have it memorized.
Yeah.
Seriously. Okay. And this one I have in my cherry pie cottage bag that Jenny sent me last year, I believe it was. The little snowman, so happy.
Yeah. It's cute.
Alright, so this was Cozy Up. Yeah, grande double wrap. Shot of brioche.
And I'm going to try and learn brioche. But we'll see how that adventure goes.
Pink 4 pattern. You go to it, girl. I don't have a desire. I don't know. You know, if the feeling ever hits me, then I'll do it then. But I don't have the desire right at this moment. Okay, so the yarns.
You got the right tags in there?
That's what I'm
From the
wondering.
look on her face, it doesn't look like it is.
Okay, so this one's this one.
One too many.
Okay, I got it. So this one is the Yarn at Home Mom, January Skies. Oh, heck. Okay. And then this one
That's such a pretty deep saturated purple.
is Mad Tosh, Wino Forever. Yeah. And I've just worked on this a little bit here and there. It's like not... Oh, hello. I'm not like... It's not a focus, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, this is just nuts. There we go. So, went down needle size because the needles they called for, I just threw on the floor. US 6. I went down to, oh good golly, a US 4.
Holy cow. Because you were that big?
That wide. I'm still 17 inches wide. Or 16 and a half. And this was supposed to be 16 wide. I just had a tape measure. What'd I do with it? Oh. Yours might be wider than it's supposed to be, too. No? Oh.
You're
No, mine's
still,
still
wider
wider.
than mine.
How?
You guys can't see this.
How?
Hers is still, like, overlapping.
How?
You got the right number of stitches, right?
Yeah. I checked that twice. Because I know the last one I knit. I knit on the proper
question it
needles.
at first, and in fact, when you said something, I'm like, oh, I better not have be too wide. And I measured it, and I'm like, I'm almost 16.
I'm a little over 16. I previously was almost 19.
Holy cow!
Okay, I don't know what's going on because I knit it before, and I know I used the proper needles, like what they recommended.
Weird.
Yeah. But at any rate.
And it's probably not, I'm getting a lot more depth in mine quicker than you are in yours since you're so small. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. It's really
close.
Yeah. Isn't that
Just
weird?
your width is really off.
Mm-hmm.
You're strange.
I don't know.
Anyways. Who knows? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah, and I completed one of these already, and yeah, so. But I'm just wondering about yarn. Now, this
if
one...
you're going to have enough, yeah?
No, I'm wondering about if it's yarn. This is a single.
And that's supposed to be fingering.
This is supposed to be fingering, but that's it's awfully thin, which to me would mean it should be smaller.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. And I'm not a loose knitter. We all know that. So I don't.
They seem relatively close. Even though this is a single.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you would think that would make
We're stumped.
Yeah. I don't know. But you know what? I've got the sizing now, basically. So I'm using the needle I need to use.
Because I would definitely not go down any further.
No.
Heck no.
No, it'll take me freaking forever. That's 14 and a half inches each time you have to knit.
And we know how you love that.
If you guys have been around for a while and remember me knitting this the first time, or remember me going, oh my gosh, that's a lot of it.
It did take me several weeks to get the length on that.
Yeah, so I haven't done too bad for the little amount that I've picked it up. So,
and every time I measured it, it still was. It's just like, well, I don't know why I'm measuring this.
I do know my last one was the correct width, because when I went to block it, I was like, oh, I want to block it any wider, and I pulled out the pattern and looked, and it said, 16 inches, and I'm like, oh, I'm at 16. I don't have to block it that way.
Yeah.
So I know it was perfect last time, so I don't know what's going on this time, but I'll just go with it.
Just used to the pattern,
Oh, it's weird.
Of doing that stitch.
What in the world have I done? There we go. So, yeah.
There's a certain way you're supposed to put that into your pants.
No, that's 2 at a time socks.
Somebody told me that.
Have you been using that method? You didn't have any 2 at a time socks.
No, I didn't.
All right, so that's all the whips that I have. Something like this, you just cram in there. Oh, I guess I don't need these needles in there. I'm like at a...
Yeah, I brought another whip that I'm planning on when we sit down. I'm planning on frogging the whole thing.
Oh, alrighty then.
Because I am planning on knitting, what's it, the country...
It's good to have plans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The country shawl. Which is another... This is the one I'm planning on doing by Christy.
Yarn Cafe Creations.
Which is free. Yep.
I have plans. They'll happen someday. I need to finish crocheting Elmo.
Well, it was funny because I told Chuck, I'm like, the first shawl, the staircase wasn't that long on the needles. But the other shawl's been on there for a long time. And I said, I told Chuck, I said, I'm proud of myself. I finished a sweater. It's been on there for a long time. I finished a shawl. It's been on there probably for about a year. I finished another shawl. That wasn't on there that long. And I said, I plan to do a shawl for my mom that I didn't like the pattern for the yarn. So that's where I found this, that it'll work. It won't be as contrasting, but it'll still, at least it will show up.
Show up, yep.
And he was like, well, that's not for Christmas, is it? Because you better get on it. He's like, you might have it done for next year. I'm like, yeah, she's not planning on getting it anytime soon, because that should have been done for her birthday last year.
Yeah. Well, I got to finish my mitts. I got to finish Elmo. Alisha picked out another one of the glittered yarns for another kitty vertebrae for Peanut. And then I need to cake up Laura's Advent for another potluck pullover. I have minis already in a skein caked for a wrap that's been sitting here in a bag that I just haven't started. But I need to focus on finishing up the mitts and the Elmo and anything that's for Christmas.
I really probably should do a couple of hats.
Yeah, you need to get on that, Karen.
Mm-hmm. At least hats don't take that long.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't knit them the length that you're supposed to.
No.
I did that.
Or you can knit them smaller and then just send them to me to block.
That's true. True that.
I got you, Karen.
That's funny.
Less time, less yarn. Win-win.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have acquisitions?
No. I did not bring it.
Okay. I have one, and then we'll tell about the other one that I can show that Karen also has.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are you doing down there?
This is my stuff.
This is why I end up reprinting stuff. What are you doing? Okay, so I've been so good. And I fought the urge the first time she posted. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I fought the urge in the manner of I didn't set an alarm to remind me. So I forgot. If we're being completely honest.
Because there was full intentions.
I was at least going to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
To see the options.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the second one, my memory didn't fail me. And then I went, well, she said it's going to be the last kits of these. So you either need to
get on it
and order it and quit debating.
Get off the pot.
Or kick yourself later like you did with the last update because you forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it. I had to order from Kim, Ginger Snap.
Mm.
Yeah, you see why now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. So it was one of her Gilmore Girls sets. And, okay, I remember I had trouble getting into this to begin with. Whimsy and Sassy. And I have a Luke's, but not like this. So, it's the Progress Keeper. And then the yarn is from Area 51.
Isn't that one that you've been wanting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them, yeah. Welcome to Stars Hollow, and it is self-striping. And it is really pretty. And it matches. She had various bags, but actually, like this bag that I got, it really matches it well. And I went with the small because I do have a larger Ginger Snap as well, but I tend to use a lot of small bags.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I mean, I like my large bags. I just don't tend to knit a lot of. So, and she has the Doctor ones with the metal that, the wire frame. Words. That holds it open. So.
You sound like Jenny.
Words. Jenny.
Words.
Jenny. Words.
It's contagious.
It is. So, Stars Hollow. And it has butterflies on the inside and a little pocket. And it has the cork with sparkle. So, yeah. That happened. Now I gotta behave again. Hey, I have been really, really good this year.
Yeah, I saw that pop up and I thought of you. I was like,
I know, right? They get me with Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Every time. So, the other item is an advent calendar.
Which somebody gifted to somebody. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I sent Karen one for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I guess it was
You should have seen Chuck's face when he walked in with that bag and your Christmas present at the same time. He was like, what is this? I said, one of them's I said, they're both Christmas presents. One for me, one for Laura.
Did he go, you bought yourself two? You bought yourself
Yeah, he was like, when you should have seen the look on his face. And then he was like, oh.
Well, and it was perfect that I actually went ahead and just had it sent to your house because in the middle of it, I'm going, I don't want to see it again.
Yeah, right.
So Laura actually, because obviously you guys know I'm very good friends with her, sent me a bag to store mine in.
Cool.
It's an Erin Lane, I believe. I'm positive. Oh, I don't see a tag, and it might be. Oh, there we go, Erin Lane.
But
it's really cute.
Glasses checked again.
Well, I was doing March. And I haven't gone.
Yeah, I never did go this year either.
This was her Disney advent calendar. And I was busy gifting them because Alisha got one.
Mm-hmm.
You got one. And my sister got one. So, it came with this really cute card. that Brittany made. And then there was a little note in there. Oh, I forgot about that. Please use this coupon for 1 free pattern. Remember, use your free pattern.
Yeah, I forgot.
Not like I can't get any of the patterns I want anyways, but you know. All right. So, day 1 is Main Street, USA. Oops.
It's pretty.
We got it on fingering. It's Advent time!
And to throw things past Karen.
That was nowhere near the garbage can at all. It went behind the embroidery machine. Day number 2 is Dole Whip. See if I can do better this time, guys. Woo!
Yeah, she made it that time.
Day number 3. There was a Merry Christmas. Oh, didn't even see that. It said Joy, too. Did I say what this one is? No. Mad Tea Party. Okay.
Four. You see the look on my face? I know you guys missed me.
Haunted Mansion. Yet again, I'm not a green girl, but this looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like the combo of it.
Yeah. The shade of green isn't like in your face. Like,
Yeah, I'm all about certain shades. I can't, but I thought there was something in there. Let's see.
She's like 50% at this point. Not even that.
It's a small world. This one's really pretty.
I could see Peanut in something like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. She needs to come out with, and I don't know, there might be some in here, with some little, like, more of boy colors, because I've been told that little man needs to have some knitting too.
Done. Because we know that what I knit him doesn't fit him.
He's such a chunky
He's a chunky boy.
Was he not the cutest last podcast?
Yep.
Yeah, I got that one in. Mark it down.
Yeah.
Was that 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 6. Day 6. Minnie Mouse. And I made needle keepers for her. This would be really pretty for Valentine's Day even.
Mm-hmm.
Oop. Probably making somebody at home dizzy. Look at the yarn, guys. Oh, they're like, really? Oh, we forgot to say spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If you haven't opened,
it's
not my problem.
Yeah.
Why'd you order it?
As long as you don't, open up past,
Oh, don't quit laughing at me. Now, I do tend, like, when I'm working, I will be honest with you. I will open mine the night before and take the picture. That way, when I'm at work, I can post it. And also, so I see it, because Jessica also got one. And I follow her on Instagram. And girl, I don't know what time you get up at. But it's like the first thing I see.
in the morning.
On Instagram. Early.
Yours is the reminder for me. Oh, I need, because it's in the other room, so I haven't thought about it.
So, yeah.
Overly, oh, I gotta open my.
So, yeah. Now I open them the night before.
Now I have it out on the one desk in my office, so it'll be right there.
So these are going to end up, as I said, being a potluck pullover for myself. And then I'm sure Peanut will get another scrappy sweater. Well, because it's just, honestly, and my sister was just asking me about this today. I've knit 2 potluck pullovers now.
Mm-hmm.
And I used a full advent, not that I needed it, but because I wanted colorful.
Mm-hmm.
So 24 minis, I made the size medium.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also used that same yarn and made Peanut a scrappy sweater.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have
yarn left over.
a lot left over. So
It's a lot of yarn.
it's a nice use of it though, because you actually get something substantial.
Yeah.
Like, and you would definitely still, I mean, like I said, I did a sweater for Peanut, but I mean, you could also probably still, even if you made that sweater,
Mm-hmm.
depending on your size now, do a hat.
Yeah.
Or fingerless mitts, scrappy socks, whatever. You definitely would get more than just a sweater.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I have no interest of doing a fingering sweater for my size. So, I'm sure, though, I have enough advents at this point that I could hold them double.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, am I going to have to put you on my knit list? Because I told Laura if she sent me one of her advent calendars, I would knit her a potluck pullover.
It's just because the size. It's just unrealistic.
She's going to...
For me to do a sweater for my size. And fingering.
I think she's sending an advent that she got last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be... I'll let you know how bad it is.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
The viewers will too.
Like, I whizzed through that second one like nothing.
Yeah.
So I found it to be a nice relaxing knit. And there's, I mean, once you get past the sleeves and everything, which really, even going up to the sleeves, it's not much of anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ends to weave in, but whatever. It'll be fine. So yeah. Those will go in my Laura cubby. Like you see, I have a Laura cubby.
Yep.
Dude. Alrighty. Hair everywhere. I shed like crazy. I don't think I have any other notes. Let me double check. No, I really don't have anything. I don't even know why I write notes. I've yet to
She puts the same thing on every episode number.
Coupon codes. I write the time down so I can tell Brett. Knit-alongs.
Knit-alongs. That's it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, hold on. Give me some credit. Here I had about a shop sale. I had prizes here. But, I mean, literally.
That's fun.
I'm
actually really quite shocked at how short this is, considering it's been 2 podcasts since the 2 of us have been together.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm a hot mess.
She has all this room over.
Completely unorganized.
Yeah, she has all this room over there, and I even put her like an ottoman next to her.
Yeah, it's on the floor.
You know, so she could have everything like neat and orderly and
patterns everywhere. Yep.
Well,
how I roll.
I mean, I was a hot mess when I recorded by myself. You saw the pictures. I posted on Instagram. I'm like, well, can't blame Karen anymore. I had stuff everywhere.
My only thing was, I wonder what Brett's going to come up with in terms of, little snapshots. I'm not on the podcast for him to be able to catch me.
You never know what he'll come up with.
Oh, yeah, he's... Yeah, Chuck, I almost started laughing. He would have had no clue because he hasn't seen it, but he almost picked up the tree-shaped peanut butter cups. The first thing I thought of was you.
I get a lot of comments about that.
Everybody was quite entertained, and he was like on it.
And friends going, well, I'm glad I've never sent you anything like that. Laura actually had to take her phone and record it off of her computer. And she says every time she's feeling like down, she watches me hacking up a hairball because it makes her laugh.
And my reaction to it.
Yeah.
Told her I'm going to start wearing Depends.
I'm telling you. Oh, we were laughing so hard that day.
Yep.
And it just kind of...
It just tickled.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah,
I mean...
That's the way we roll.
You never know what's coming out of her mouth,
yeah.
So, I mean...
Like, driving down the road, we're like 2 hours into a drive. Are we going home?
Yeah. Did you set the GPS? Well, I hit the home button. Well, did he put the house address in there? I don't know, Karen. You better check that.
Because this doesn't look familiar.
No, it did not. It didn't look familiar.
It took us a completely
different way home.
Yep.
But yeah, so then she's pulling it up on her phone to see that we're heading towards home. Yeah. Who else waits 2.5
hours in
to go? I wonder if that home address was set in the GPS.
We do.
Well, and now, because he gave us a different unit, we don't know how to save favorites.
It's his fault.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's his fault.
I mean, granted, we could use our phone, but I like the GPS is louder. Because we tend to be hearing impaired, I guess, too.
Well, my GPS on my phone, it comes and goes. It depends on when you set it up, on whether or not it actually speaks out of the car or not. Because sometimes it's just silent. It's like that does not do any good, especially if you're in your car by yourself.
Yeah.
Driving up in Chicago.
Well, it doesn't do any good when you're in the car with me either, because we'll go past detour signs and you don't tell me. Karen, do you have something to tell me? Did you see a detour sign? Because I can't go any further.
Then there's a time we ended up, we followed it, but we missed the exit. That was a mess. And it was at night. And then we ended up in that god-awful construction on the way home. And it was dark. Good thing it wasn't raining. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible.
We did have that one time when we were coming... Where were we coming back from? It was from south, though. Where it was dark and it was raining really bad. And remember that one lady didn't have her headlights on. And she was a hot mess. And yeah.
Yep.
We're a joy to go traveling with. We always have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, even if the event we went to isn't fun, we find fun.
Stores aren't open. We go to Five Below.
Yeah.
And find everything llama.
And I figured
we had more fun.
We did. Well,
than the yarn stores we went to.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing. The yarn store. It was supposed to be an event, and it wasn't an event.
No.
Well, the funniest, what got us going when we went into Five Below was the fact that we were just walking along, and all of a sudden I see this little kid pulling a shopping cart thing, like a shopping basket, and I went, Karen, look at their baskets. So then, of course, I had to have one. Like, I've never seen...
Well, I think we were walking around with the basket for a while.
I think we were
holding it or something. And he's like, and you're like, it's got wheels.
So the little kid goes, like, fast away.
It's the little things.
Yeah. So then, there's us going, zoom, zoom. Yeah, and anything llama, just got thrown into the...
It's like, what did you get, honey? $40 worth at Five Below. I spent some good money at Five Below. I thought you were going to a yarn store. And why would you go to Five Below 2 hours away and you have one? Although that one was
in our
much
defense,
better.
Yeah, it was bigger than ours.
Yeah.
It was, I would say it was probably twice the size of ours.
Yeah. I told him, well, why would you have a sewing store that's closed the first weekend of December?
Yeah.
Why would you?
So we didn't even get to go to that one.
We didn't even get to go to that one.
And then Karen did get to, was that your first time having Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
Not actual ice cream Dairy Queen, but food Dairy Queen. Chicken strips.
Yeah. We don't have them. Well, closest one, is there one up in like Beaton, Wilmington area?
No, the closest one used to be Ashcombe.
Okay.
And I don't believe it's there anymore. The closest one might be Lowell.
Wow. Yeah.
Well,
You don't see them as
we
much.
go Orland.
Okay.
Because we've been going to that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that comes in.
Well, and
commercial came up on. I'm like, I really
They've
miss
got
my
the
chicken
best
strips.
chicken strips too. Well, and it was done because they redid our Dairy Queen.
Yeah. Redid it.
And they had plenty of room where they could have added on to that building.
Mm-hmm. And they did add on, but the way they added on, it wasn't for customers, it was for their staff.
Yeah.
It was weird.
What do they have? 3 people working?
Yeah.
I mean.
And they're still slower than molasses.
With
truth. 2 drive-through windows that they don't utilize.
They don't use them.
They don't utilize them the way they...
They only use one. I don't think I've ever been there when they use...
the way they got you.
Oh, yeah. Blocking the road.
Yeah. It's weird.
So anyways, yeah, that's our story. So we did at least enjoy our Dairy Queen. Well, then enough that we stopped on the way home from Ohio.
Yeah.
But that was
same trip that we were 2 hours later. Like,
yeah,
are we going home?
I don't know, but I had Dairy Queen. It was fun.
It was funny because we walked in and like their pop machine didn't work, so you had to use the gas station sides.
They didn't have burgers.
Pop machine, and they didn't have anything.
Burgers.
Their grill wasn't working, so they couldn't do anything that was grilled. And I'm like, what kind of?
But we were fine because we just needed.
We just wanted our chicken strips.
We're easily pleased.
Yeah,
we're not fancy.
And of course, we get in the car and drive down. Like what? 20 minutes later, there. What do you know? There's an actual one, not one that was like partial in a gas station. So, and obviously it was like the place to meet because all the older gentlemen were sitting. Oh
yeah, it was like, it was the hangout,
a hangout place for this town, wherever it was. So.
Yeah, I don't need it. Was it was a little town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite trips was our most recent one because I really enjoyed.
You enjoyed having an allergic reaction?
No, I did not enjoy that.
We can't have one trip that's like eventless. You know, there's got to be something like you miss a detour, you miss an exit.
I touched some.
Oh my God! What's that? What's a turnabout? What is that?
Yeah,
she doesn't like turnabouts.
But I really enjoyed that store that we went to where it was the cross stitch, the sewing, the
yarn. Got me back into my cross stitch.
And I loved that burger place.
Yeah, it was really good. That was really good. We'll definitely have to go back there.
Yeah, that was fun, and that was a store that was really nice for us. Would like to go back like a different season. They have different items, kind of thing.
Because it was just so and well thought out.
Yes,
in terms of she just needs to wear gloves when she goes to the backyard section area.
I just can't leave Karen's side.
That's what it was. She left me. I was like, I guess I should have gone straight to the yarn first and then backtracked. Which the next time we go, that's what I'll do so that we can go material, then yarn, and then you can go back and do the other side of the material while I finish something across this section. So
it's good to have.
I almost brought like one of the kits that you had gotten. One of the ornament kits. I did start it. One I really messed up. So I started the other one, but I didn't bring it to show everybody. I think I'll wait until I actually finish with that one because it's a lot of white. So you're not going to be able to see it. So once I finish that ornament.
Are you trying to say our audience is visually impaired like you are?
I'm visually impaired. You could probably tell that it's a dove. It's just it's all white with
Right.
some gray highlighting, and it's not.
No. Not very exciting.
No.
It'll be better to show it like when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
So I
Missed
think
my freaking light, though. I gotta tell you what.
if she ever has to, if she ever has to like not be here again for a couple
I'm
weeks.
doing this, I'm like, okay. Read the pattern. Do the cross stitch.
So if you ever have to like not be here for a couple weeks, you're going to be messaging me saying, "Can you drop my light off?"
I know. Well, and what makes it worse is I do it up in my bedroom because at least there I have a lamp next to me. The lamp that's next to me in my living room has been out for the last 6 months. So maybe I'll get that for Christmas.
I was just going to say Santa.
Christmas, yeah. Christmas it is. And a better light, I might even tell them, I'm like, I need to take a picture of somebody's light here.
This is what I need. He's going to be like, "What do you think this is?"
Yeah. Because we don't have like even a ceiling. Well, we do have a ceiling fan with light in the middle of the room, but it's in the lower level. It's just dark.
Yeah.
To me. So okay, I think we've rattled on.
Yeah.
All right. Now these people are like,
I'm just sitting here like, okay.
it's like we haven't we warned you at the beginning of the podcast.
I mean, there were important things to be covered.
Yeah.
Monsters,
Spiders,
lighting.
left turn detours,
They already know we have crazy road trips.
peanut butter.
Yeah, I mean, the whole hairball thing, that's important.
Yeah.
That's very important.
I want to thank everybody who wished me, on Facebook and stuff, and Instagram who messaged me, and
Comments that were left.
I really appreciate that. It was kind of hard at one point. Well, even the first time around when I had gotten sick, I had lost my knitting mojo. But I really appreciate that you guys that reached out to me, and you know who you are, to wish me and ask how I was doing and hope that I got better. So I still have a little bit to go.
Was this right after the podcast I did by myself? Because they probably just didn't want to see me alone.
Both, yeah. They were like, "Oh no, where's Karen?"
No.
It's like she's coming back, right?
She's nobody to talk to. Guys, I tried. I tried to get Brett to do it with me. I wanted the hubby to do it with me.
We set a level
He
of
won't do it.
expectation of craziness.
That could be.
So that's what people were disappointed. The two of us were here.
It's strange for me to do it by myself too, because I don't have
somebody to be able and sidetrack you.
Exactly. So it's very odd for me to sit and do it myself as well, you know. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's not like
I
can't crack a joke and then sit and laugh at my own joke.
Well, you could.
I mean, I could. But yeah, I tried to get the hubby to do it with me. It's like, I'm like, you actually know some stuff about knitting. Not that he would ever knit, Not that there's anything wrong with it, but he has other hobbies. But he knows just from
some
hearing
terminology.
He knows the terminology, and he knows his wife has too much yarn.
There's never too much yarn. Never. What's your point?
I don't know. Nothing at all. So we should be back in 2 weeks. No more illnesses.
Yeah,
we're good for a while.
Done. I'm done with this. Just done.
Yeah.
Well, like the second time I was sick, I was a little frustrated because I had vacation. I was like, I wanted to do things and I couldn't. I was like, ugh. And then Chuck's got stuck with me.
Yeah, that's not
we survived.
We survived. He made it out alive.
We're still married and he's still alive. So that's saying a lot.
Yeah, there you go.
Saying a lot. I pacified him a little bit because I had to, there's nothing on freaking TV. And he doesn't like it when I binge watch anything.
Well, he should have been binge watching the stuff with me, and then me and him could have talked about the monsters.
Right. And so I finally, the other day, I we have The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, the extended versions. Now, this is from a husband who does not like to watch movies because he does not like to waste time. But he has gotten involved in the longest movies and purchased the extended versions. And he will watch it over and over and over again.
See, I can't do that.
So,
no. If I watch a movie once, I'm done.
Then we'll see. I plug it in and then away. I have a camper.
No, it drives me nuts if I don't have something like interesting to watch. Like I can't. I already know what's going to happen if I've seen it once. I don't need to keep watching it.
Oh no, I can.
And
Harry Potter's the other. I do the same thing with Harry Potter. I have the Game of Thrones series. I can do all of them again.
Brett was working on my TV that night. I was sitting there knitting, and I'm like, okay, I can't just sit here and knit. So I had him grab my iPad because I'm like, I can't just sit here and knit. I mean, granted, I'm knitting, but like I need something to be looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't need to look at my knitting, so put something in front of me. So yeah, I had my iPad in my lap because it was driving me nuts just sitting there. Well, and there wasn't even anything playing because he was like setting stuff up, so like there wasn't any noise or like I can't do this.
That's funny.
Yeah, real funny, Karen. Yeah. Well, and then he had to pull my TV out. So he gets it going. He goes back to the bedroom, shuts the door, starts watching his TV, and I'm like, honey,
he pulled it out and forgot to put it back.
Are you sure you got the TV in the right place?
Right.
Because I'm very OCD.
She is.
So he comes
the one
out,
time I came,
and he's just looking at me, and I'm like, I don't think it's back in the right spot.
Just see her saying it.
So then he went and sat in your recliner again. I forgot to tell you about that. Because he knew, like, from the recliner where it was at. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I think this... So then he moved it. And I'm like... He's like, that's where it was at. He went back in his
So I need to go sit down in the recliner and be like, this
Laura, did you move your TV?
That's what I need to do.
Poor Mia. You can't move stuff in my house like that.
No. The one time I came in her coffee table was like, I went to pull up my recliner. I'm like, that seems like awfully close to my feet.
Me. I know, I've been trying to adjust it for 3 days now.
I said, well, it's to this side. And I pushed it. She's like, that's better.
I will drive myself insane. I just, don't move stuff on me.
Yeah.
Oh,
things have a spot.
They do. I'm glad you agree. So, okay, do all the YouTube things. Like, thumbs up, comment. If you haven't subscribed,
please do.
Yeah. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Subscribe.
You can get this craziness every 2 weeks. Because by now you've probably turned it off.
Nah. I mean, we showed knitting. What? We warned you in the beginning.
Yep.
Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy. So go check out some bags. And we will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.